not known mass deaths. So on the way to the front line, when I passed all of these bodies of South and North Koreans, I was not emotionally moved. And then, when I saw the enemy, all stacked up, like wood in the truck, I don't remember the emotional thought. But when I saw trucks filled with bodies, soldiers, they looked like me. I was wearing the same uniform that I had on, that I had killed, that was rushing the back, division rear, throats, eyes, his family. I had no idea as to how I felt so different when I knew they were all God's children. Well, I'm glad as hell because as I drive through the streets of Harlem, past the Undertaker's college, and I see groups of youngsters outside, I get the impression that they're my children that have lost someone that's been killed by our children. And I have that pain over and over. Jackie Rose lost her kid. She's here with mothers who say we have to do something. This is our family, this is our kids. That's my son there. Doesn't have to have my name. But I know one thing. The life that he was living, any parent would be so proud with all the temptations that he chose to wear this uniform that symbolized discipline, surrounded by people who respected him, that he respected. It's mainly what every parent would want to have. And nobody was searching for him. Nobody was angry with him. Just what about children? Yes, I said, what about children? Decided that they were going to shoot. What about children? Now, I know that I only have 2 minutes, but I'm mad as hell in church because one of these things that we shake our heads and say, what are we going to do? I was involved in the civil rights movement where blacks were just arbitrarily pulled out and lynched and hung up and killed. This was not the Martin King was talking about. That we would reach that point that we just arbitrarily kill each other and to kill our very best? I think not. I think not. Let me tell you this. I was a former prostitute. I never saw one mother who said their son was guilty of anything. Ever. Or even made a mistake. That's that mothers can't tell them But if you give birth to someone that's carrying a weapon that can kill another one of our children, we got to take a deep breath, my brothers and sisters. We got to take a deep breath. Those guns should not be in our homes. And I know that just talking to our children is not going to change their minds, but we are accessories to these murders. If we don't do something, Ms. Rose said, educate. That's too sophisticated. Oh, heck no. If we know where these guns are, we're going to have to tell people, I love you, I know you think you need it for security, but you better be in a lot of trouble because I'd rather see you just die than to kill another one of our children. We got to stop this. And we don't need white policemen and teachers to stop the killing. We can't just say we're against stop and frisk. What we are against is any group of people showing lack of respect for our community, our family, our kids. We are against people coming in, no matter what their intentions are, and insulting the integrity of people by forcing them to degrade themselves. But don't tell me that we have reason to believe that one of these kids have a gun, that we are so racially inclined to protect him, that we don't feel an obligation to protect this kid. Because we're not going to do that. And until we realize that those kids are not carrying these guns to kill enemies of the United States or enemies of the black community, those guns are there to kill whom? Us. So I didn't intend to talk this way at a funeral, but I am so hurt that Colonel and so many others have given their lives to making these kids strong during a time where it's so difficult to have children to live by. But Colonel Collins, Yolanda, and the family, and of course Jackie Rowe, I think we ought to leave here with some type of commitment that these kids that's wearing their pants down to their knees, these kids that feel so proud that they got guns, these kids that figure that they can intimidate and bully people because of the power of bullets, ought to know it ain't just cops that's against them, that we are against them as well. And it doesn't take any big courage to let them know when they load up that gun and go out that their enemies are not just white and friendly cops, but they're friendly family people who love them, but just a better tide of them arbitrarily shooting down our youth. So I told the Colonel, I told the mother, that God always finds a way to ease the pain and sorrow that we feel. That God always finds a way to have you to remember only the most wonderful things of our beloved son that we lost today. Wonderful memories that so many others that really never knew him will never have. So in a sense of saying that we were lucky that we all knew Ackeem. He was snatched away for no reason that I could imagine. But we knew Ackeem. And we do have in our minds, even though we don't have him physically, we do have his son. We do have his mom. But more important, we have the memory of a kid that just wanted to do the right thing, and he's fallen. And so, Pastor Gardner you may not know, but this Memorial Church was once a church that the pastor of it was a pastor named Reverend Monroe. How many people have heard of Reverend Monroe? Put it here. Reverend Monroe was so much older than me that I knew you would know. Well, Reverend Monroe and the Memorial Church here had a reputation, the Memorial Baptist Church, that we had some pretty rough cookies in Harlem. Real lost stuff would die. People just wondering, what could they possibly say about that bum who died? But somehow they got their way to Reverend Monroe at the Memorial Baptist Church. By the time he got finished explaining to the people how God makes this decision, and not just the people in the neighborhood, you know that Reverend Monroe would have preached this bum into heaven. So I have now been from one extreme to the other. And seeing Reverend Monroe preach a cousin that I had that was no way in the world for him to get to purgatory, and he got by, to come here seeing a saint, a youngster that no one could say didn't have a full life in front of him, and he's now at the Memorial Baptist Church, so that we don't need that much of a push from Pastor Gardner. But we know he's going to be receiving all of the good that he has done. And for all of us here, let us make a pledge. They can't shoot all of us. We know who some of them are. Let's make a pledge that we're going to help Jackie Rose, Yolanda, and all of those by just tapping someone on the shoulder, saying, I'm not going to tolerate what you're doing to my family. And so thank you for allowing me more time than I deserve. But it was